potatoes, eggs, vegetables, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, potatoes, very delicious. Potatoes, eggs, vegetables, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, really sweet and delicious. Good. Where I live, there is a guy that comes around. It's mostly in the summertime, and it's a farmer that comes every Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning. And when he comes, he has this vehicle where he sells his vegetables, what you just heard me say. But when he comes down the street, he's ringing this bell. That's what you heard at the beginning of the recording. So first you hear this bell, and he has this very old-fashioned PA thing that he has on his car. Really old-fashioned speaker, like from the 1960s. Those metal things, and then he has like a old microphone that he speaks out of, and that's what he says. But he's saying it in German. Yeah, I'm just saying it in English. I'm imitating his voice. It's very monotone. It sounds just like it's really when I first heard that, I was like, huh? The heck is that? I'm trying to sleep here. Saturday morning, 10 o'clock. It's too early. I affectionately call him the Elvis of the Alps. Oh my, this is one of those kind of things that it's just, you just have to see it and experience it to believe it. Yeah, but it's something really cool about it. Yeah, it's something very unique. And let me describe it again. Yeah, every Saturday morning at 10 o'clock during the late spring and all through summer time, there's this farmer that drives in certain neighborhoods, and he, like I said, he has this old pickup truck, and in the back he has all these wooden boxes that all tilted diagonally, and they're all filled with potatoes, fresh eggs, all kinds of vegetables, and some fruits too, like raspberries and strawberries and blueberries. And he will say how they're really delicious, and he does this in this monotone voice that you heard in the beginning of this video. And it's, at first I was stunned. Yeah. I was like, what the hell is what the what the heck is this? The funny thing is, I was in bed and I just could put this image in my mind of what he must look like. I didn't go outside. I just heard this. And the next week I was waiting. Yeah, I wanted to see what this guy looks like. I imagined the old German guy and wearing glasses and his farmer pants, the bib overalls. I don't know what other word to use. But overalls, they come, like, they have the straps over the shoulder, and the overalls come up over his chest kind of thing. And I pictured he was wearing that, and a old white shirt, and old cap, and kind of heavy set, and that's what I pictured in my mind, okay? So a week later, I was waiting, and here he comes, ringing the bell, cling, cling, cling. Potatoes, eggs, vegetables. I I looked I looked into the as he was coming close to where I live, and I was like, God damn. He he looks exactly like what I pictured in my mind. Oh shit, I had to crack up. It just fit the description in my mind. Yeah, normally, you hear somebody, just their voice, and you wonder what they look like radio DJs sometimes, you hear their voice on the radio and you don't know what they look like, and then finally you see a picture of them and you're like disappointed and like, gee, it doesn't look like the cool voice I heard. But this guy, he looked exactly as I had imagined. And that's what made it even funnier. But I realized, this is really cool. Yeah, I'm really glad I got to experience this because it reminds me of things from my childhood. You know how when you grow up in a small town and maybe there's farms roundabout, and sometimes farmers, bring their vegetables someplace. Like when I was a little kid, what they would do is they would set up on the edge of town. So either you're entering or going out of that town, and you see this display, yeah, this farmer, and he has like like a trailer or something, and all these wooden crates, yeah, and there's vegetables in there, lettuce, cabbage, radishes, all kinds of things, corn, potatoes. and and it's so cool, because these are coming fresh from the farm. And when I was a little boy, my mom would always pull up, yeah, and she'd look through there, and they always had really good prices. And it smelled so wonderful. These fresh vegetables just from the garden, yeah, the corn, the what we call muskamelon. I think most people say cantaloupe, watermelons, strawberries, potatoes, potatoes, uh, all these wonderful vegetables and fruits, and they smelled so fresh. That smell, yeah, I always remember that. Oh, that's so nice, that smell, yeah, fresh vegetables and fruits. And they had these brown paper bags, and they would put them in there and weigh them, and my mom would pay for them. And it was always nice to be sitting in a back seat with these vegetables. Yeah, I'm holding this two big sacks of vegetables. I offered to hold them. Yeah, my mom never says, "Here, hold these." She never said that. I asked her, I said, "Mom, can I hold these two bags?" Because I wanted to smell them. They smelled so fresh. Yeah. And this is really nice memories that I have from my childhood of fresh vegetables. Yeah. And fruits they also grew too. I don't know. Maybe people call strawberries vegetables. I don't know. But to me, they're fruits. So I say fruits. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. You can correct me in the comments, and I will appreciate it. Okay. Anyway, when I experienced this German farmer coming down the street like that, it reminded me of these memories from my childhood of what I just described to you. And then I was thinking, wow, I totally forgot those times. Yeah. And I was remembering, many towns we traveled through, and always, on the weekends, my mom would stop in at a lot of them and buy some stuff. Yeah, cucumbers, tomatoes, and oh, it was just so nice to smell them. Yeah, right out of the garden. It's really, really wonderful smells, and I don't think very many people know what that kind of an experience is like, because today most everybody goes to the store and buys their cucumbers and peppers and whatever. But normally those things were possibly grown in other parts of the world, and they were shipped over here in refrigerator cars or whatever, containers, refrigerated containers or whatever. So to keep the freshness, and by the time they make it to the store, they probably picked them before they were ripe. And so, you buy them, they look nice and stuff, but there's no smell to it. And you have to wait for a little while so it gets more ripe or whatever before you start cooking it in your dishes, whatever you're cooking. And you taste it and you're like, this is really good. Yeah, lovely. Yeah, and that's it. But when you eat stuff right from the garden, it's just unbelievably delicious. Has a whole new it's a whole new experience. It's a really something to experience, yeah, to eat like that. I'm really glad I got to experience that. So, like I said, I totally forgot about those memories because I was a little boy. That was many years ago when this happened. And to experience this guy, potatoes, eggs, vegetables. The Elvis of the Alps. That was cool, yeah. And then so it got to the point where every Saturday I'm waiting for this guy just to hear him say these things, yeah. Just to experience, yeah. To hear he's coming back, he's on his Saturday tour. Oh shit. I totally love that. Yeah, that's such a cool thing. It makes me feel good. People, this is medicine. Yeah. And then when I hear this and see this and experience this guy, I like to think back to how it was when I was a little boy and my mom would stop in at all these places in South Dakota when we were traveling someplace. Maybe we were going to a powwow. Maybe we were coming back from someplace or visiting a relative who lived far away. And we would always go through these towns that, there's a lot of farmers and they're, selling their stuff by the road. It was so cool. And the stuff tasted just wonderful. Man, when we would stop someplace at a park and my mother would cut open the muskmelon and that smell. That's so good, yeah. Then she cleaned the seeds out and cut slices and to bite into something so soft and sweet and delicious and the juice just going down my cheek and down my Batman t-shirt. And Batman was saying, Oh, that's just nice to remember those times. Yeah. And I think this is a good thing to do, to take time during the day to remember something like this. Yeah. Some kind of an experience. Maybe it's something you smell. Maybe it's something you hear. Like, for example, maybe there's a certain song that when you hear that, it takes you back to a very special time. And then you think of how things were, if it was a nice situation. I mean, and you get to relive that, and then you remember things that were happening at that time. Like, for example, there's a song that always makes me feel good to hear. It's a song by, I think his name is Daniel Boone, and he had a song called Beautiful Sunday. Whenever I hear that song, it doesn't remind me of Sunday. It reminds me of summer camp. I was maybe 10 years old or so, and the counselors were upper age teenagers, like in their 18, 19, 20 years old kind of kids. And of course, they were supervised by people who were working for the organization that had this summer camp. And those were fun times. Yeah, they took us out canoeing. There's a big man-made river on the eastern side of the reservation I'm from, which is Cheyenne River Sioux Reservation. And this body of water is called the Oahe Reservoir. That's how you say it in French, reservoir. But in South Dakota, they say reservoir. Let's go fishing at the Oahe Reservoir. When I was a kid, it was a big body of water, yeah, and it was exciting to go canoeing over there, camping on the other side of the river, and making a fire under the direction of the older guys, and cooking a good meal over the fire, yeah, roast chicken and corn. They would put butter all over the corn, temporarily put the stalk back, and put the whole thing in aluminum foil, put it by the fire. I don't know how much time went by, but when you opened that thing up, oh, that was delicious corn. Yeah. Good. Gee, not that bad. And everything was good. Then we made s'mores. Yeah. And then they would tell ghost stories, and so nice. Yeah. It was so nice. Then early in the morning, the waves were really big, and we had a hell of a time getting back across. It was an adventure. But these older teenagers, in the evening time, they would have, their radios on, and then you would hear music. And this was the time this song was popular, yeah? Beautiful Sunday, there was another one. Oh, it's so nice to be with you. That song, yeah. Nice to Be With You by Gallery, I think they were called. And other songs from that area. So when I hear these songs, I think back to that time. Those were good times, yeah. Really nice, innocent times. And so sometimes I like to listen to the internet radio. There's a radio station called CRIK from somewhere in Canada. And they play 70s music, and they always play these kind of songs. Yeah. So about every day I take some time, and I have that on my phone on an app called TuneIn Radio. And I tune in the station, and I let's lay there, listen to some music for about a half hour to hour or whatever, and just enjoy that and medicate myself. Yeah. I don't even need drugs. Music is my drug. But it takes me back, and it's good to do that. Just a few minutes every day, just to kind of take a break from what's going on. Yeah, no matter what it is. As I'm making this recording, it's 2021, and there's all kinds of crazy things in this world. If you're listening to this in the future, just hit Google and you'll see what is going on at this time. It's very crazy. And sometimes it's good to just take a break. Yeah, just take a break, and whatever is worrying you, it's not going away. Yeah. And you're not running away from it. You're just taking a break. That's all. And just enjoying the music or whatever, like in the situation I'm explaining here. And then coming back, and you feel refreshed, and then you can face whatever it is. Okay? But maybe sometimes it's an activity, yeah? Could be anything. Maybe dancing or running or taking a walk or, yoga, whatever. But sometimes there's things, like maybe when you hear a bird sing, like the meadowlarks. For those of you who live in North America, when you hear the meadowlarks, it's really a nice song they sing. In Lakota, they usually come back around the mid to the end of April. And the saying goes is that when you hear the meadowlarks, the first ones, this is the new year. It's start of the new year. And the meadowlarks are singing, and when you hear them sing for the first time, that means it's not going to snow anymore. Yeah, and that's why we say our new year begins in April. There's no day because we didn't have that kind of thing. Okay. We had months, but not days. Okay. So it could be that. Yeah. Maybe it's a smell of a food. Maybe it's a smell of a flower. Maybe it's something you see, something you taste. Yeah. That really takes you back in time. Me, for another thing, it's Traniga. When I smell Traniga, I'm like, oh, please give me a bucket. It's so delicious. But this is something you have to grow up with. It's Traniga is a specialty, and it's made from very, very cleaned out, originally buffalo intestines. Of course, today people use cow intestines, but you have to really, really, really clean it out. Yeah. But it has a flavor. It has nothing to do with what was in there, okay? The actual intestine, when it's cooked long enough, has a very, very, the texture of it, the flavor just makes your mouth go crazy. Yeah. It's just like, ooh, 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 like big party. Traniga party in the mouth. Not that bad. For for those of you that know what Traniga is, you know what I mean. But sometimes it's like that. There's something, like I said, maybe you touch something, and it reminds you of something. Maybe you see something, maybe you hear something, maybe you taste something or smell something, something with the senses. Yeah, that something's it has an association of something very nice. And it's good to take a time of the day to do an activity, where you find something like that. Yeah, it has to be something nice. This is a medicine, and this will help you. Yeah, that you take a few moments away from, whatever's in your schedule or whatever's going on, and just relax and experience that, relive it by maybe buying something that has this same, whatever it is. Yeah, whatever it is. And enjoy it. It's a way to recharge. Yeah, it's a way to regain your perspective if you're living a healthy lifestyle. And it's also a way to encourage you to live a healthy lifestyle and encourage others. Because in Lakota, the honor of one is the honor of all. So you can influence this. You can spread it out. Yeah. Spread the magic, spread the medicine, spread the love, and teach other people how to do something like this too. It's a very wonderful thing to do. We only have this life. Let's make the best out of it. Yeah. We will have difficulties because that is a part of life too. But we can also take a little break from it and medicate ourselves with this wonderful things that I just spoke about and continue on. Yeah, because this is important part of life. This is one of the reasons why we have memories. Part of that is so we can medicate ourselves with healthy energy, with healthy medicine, because every time we relive that or re-experience that, it's more medicine coming into us. And this is coming from our minds. And it's affecting us emotionally, going through our bodies. Next thing you know, we're feeling really good. Next thing you know, we're feeling spiritual. You see, it involves all four parts of the self: the mind, the emotional part, the physical part, and the spiritual part. Because, hey, they're all connected to each other. And where they're connected is the sacred center. So when you do this, this helps you to nurture your connection to your sacred center, because this is how we all connected to each other, from our sacred centers. And this includes everything. It's not just people. Plants have it, animals have it. Everything in nature has the sacred center. This is where we all connect. This is the foundation. to that expression, Mitaku Oyasing. All my relations, we're all related. And the same thing goes within you too. Yeah, inside of you, everything is connected to each other. So, how we live our lives is the very important key factor in all of this. So that's why doing an exercise like this is part of the quality of when I say how we live our lives. Yeah? How we live our lives. What are the things that we do to live our lives? Well, what I suggested in this video is one thing, but the impact is huge. It makes you feel better. It makes you feel healthier. It makes you feel nicer. So you go out and now your mind is cleared and you're willing to tackle whatever it is that's in front of you or enjoy whatever it is in front of you. Whether it's talking to somebody, being with friends, being with your partner, to appreciate them more. It helps you to really value the important things in life. Yeah, the only way you can do that is with a clear mind, and that helps you with your heart to feel things, to experience things, to learn things, especially when it involves a difficulty. It's not the end of the world, okay? But we can live for now, because living in the present moment, living now, this is where you have power over the future, because how you live now, it's going to influence the future. And so you have power in living in the here and now, paying attention to what's going on in your life right now. That's why I said to do this exercise. That you're being in the here and now, but you're going into the past and getting medicine from whatever you're going to do, whether it's listening to a song or doing something or eating fresh vegetables like I was mentioning earlier. And this is going to medicate you, to nurture you, so that you come back to the present moment refreshed and appreciative of blessings and ready to learn from whatever life has to offer you. This is something we all can do. And I encourage all of you to do this and do this with other people too. Talk about it. Yeah, it's such a wonderful thing, this life. No matter how difficult things seem to be, when you look at the news and whatever, take some time to look around where you are and to look within yourself, to, like I said, to enjoy the present moment and just live. Yeah, be here now, live now. And this exercise helps you to do that. So, like I said, when I heard this Elvis of the Alps, first time I was like, what the? But now it's medicine. During the late spring and throughout the summer, every Saturday at 10 o'clock, I receive my medicine. It's really cool to experience something like that. Also, sometimes, every day during the same time period, there's ice cream truck going around. Yeah. So I'm making a race with all these kids chasing the ice cream truck. I'm really glad to experience these things, yeah, because it reminds me of similar things from when I was a child. There's magic there, and that's going to help you. This is a good medicine. This is a healthy medicine, and it's going to help you. So get in contact with it. Yeah, by doing something like this. Why not? It's a wonderful thing. Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. So, with that, I will leave you with the original Elvis of the Alps. To learn more about Lakota spirituality, I have written a book called Wichocha Otechike. This book also includes Lakota star knowledge information. All the videos that I make, which are about Lakota spirituality, Lakota star knowledge, and cultural information, are based on this book. This book costs 99 American dollars, and this price includes the shipping cost as well as a tracking number. And to learn more about Lakota language, I have written a Lakota language book called Chante Etan Owoglake, Speaking from the Heart. And all my Lakota language videos are based on this book. This book cost 119 American dollars, and this price includes the shipping cost as well as a tracking number. I also teach online, and I give spiritual consultations as well. The price for these sessions are 35 American dollars an hour. If you are interested in any of my services and products, you can send payment via PayPal to my email address, which is hehaka7@yahoo.com. That's HEHAKA, the number 7 @yahoo.com. And also include your shipping address and your email address when you send your payment. Lila Pilamayelo, thank you very much.